Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another live stream. Sorry that there have been three vlog delays in a row. Let me cover why there were three vlog delays and then have me somehow try and remember what I was up to all those different days. So first, why there were vlog delays. The first day there was a vlog delay, it was because I had just finished hanging out with like Ryan, and then Aiden came by and he picked me up, and we ended up hanging out later than expected. So I ended up having to postpone the stream. Then the second vlog delay happened when I went to Station Retro to hang out with Gerard, and then I ended up having to take Gerard home after we ended up hanging out at Collins. But then when we were hanging out at Collins, Gerard had to wait for his laptop to get fixed, and it just ended up being things that took progressively longer. So by the time I got home, it was like way past vlog time. So then I didn't do the vlog that day. And was it three delays or was it just two delays? That only sounds like two delays. Was there something that happened before the Ryan day that caused a delay? How off have those delays been? Also, is that fucking Matt? Is that fucking Matt here? Hold on. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Let's get the source set up. I'm seeing Matt here. What? A. And then Sam said, "What's poppin'?" Yo, Sam, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Yo, and Matt is also here. I didn't see what Matt said. I'm pretty hyped. I haven't seen Matt in a hot minute. Matt said, not keeping to established rules, I see. Yo, Matt, welcome. Dude, how have you been? I haven't heard from Matt like in a hot minute. So it's good to see you here. What have you been up to? Let's see. And then Kevin said, I wonder what today is. And he said, hello, all. Yo, Kevin, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on stream? Kevin, when you say, I wonder what today is, are you hinting at somebody's birthday, my boy? Are you having a birthday today, my guy? If so, happy birthday to you. If not, then I messed up. Happy possible birthday. Let's see. Matt said maybe if it wasn't 1 a.m. here, this wouldn't be as difficult. Yo, Matt, it's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you on. Let's see. What was I thinking about? So I have to cover 16th, 17th, and 18th all in this video. Also, hello everyone. Shout outs to Sam. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Nani. Shout out to everyone on the stream currently. I now have the live chat up on my computer. Nani said, finally, after all these years. Let's see, Matt said, besides, no one cares if I'm absent anyways. Bullshit, Matt. I didn't know what happened. Then Kevin said, today is my birthday day, since it did just become Sunday an hour ago for me. Happy birthday, Kevin. Welcome. Kevin, what are you going to do for your birthday today? Are you hype? Are you excited for your birthday? So I have to go back to the 16th and cover what I did on the 16th to then catch up to today. Fuck me. So today is Sunday. I need to talk about Saturday, Friday, and Thursday. So I know on Thursday I had a background investigation interview for the Maryland job where they asked me stuff that involved my clearance form to make sure that everything was on the up and up with that. That was really interesting because I ended up going to the interview early, and then I was like, oh fuck. Even though I'm early to the interview, I didn't bring my paperwork that I needed. So then I came back to the house, thought I knew where the paperwork was, realized that I didn't actually know where it was, called dad. Dad knew where the paperwork was. I found the paperwork. I then like zipped back, and I still made it before the interviewer. So I still was able to make it on time, but it was kind of a close call. Um, and that's like the big thing that I did Thursday. I'm not sure if I did anything else really of note on Thursday. I did that and I like texted with Beth, and I think that's all I remember from Thursday. Sam said, "Okay, so first, I'm good. Second, I was hoping you'd be willing to help me with some of the D&D stuff. Third, what was the Power Ranger D&D thing?" Okay, glad to hear that you're doing well, Sam. And sure, I'm totally down to help you with your kaiju RPG game that you're working on. And for your third thing, the Power Ranger tabletop RPG is called Henshin. That's Henshin. It's not a game that I made. It's just a game that exists. But I think because you're trying to make a tabletop RPG that has like kaijus and stuff in it, and since Henshin is really based upon like heroes that are like a Power Ranger style thing who are able to like summon Megazords and shit like that, and like form Zords and shit, that you might be able to look upon that for inspiration. So, like I said, that's Henshin. That's Henshin. So if you type in Henshin tabletop RPG, you should be able to find it. Alyssa said, "Wait, catch me up. I had a text. Yo, Alyssa, welcome. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream?" Matt said, "KeyQuest is a dumb meme." KeyQuest? What's KeyQuest? Are you not referring to Keyforge, which is a different thing? Alyssa said, "Should I change my name for my channel? And what to?" So, Alyssa, what would you change the name of your channel to? Like, if it wasn't Cookie Girl, what would it be? Nani said, "I got Nickabenson in the back." Then Matt said, "Keyforge is a dumb meme." Okay, that's what he meant to say. And then Nani said, "I thought you died." I did a post. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys know, but on the channel, there's like a discussion tab where I'll like post things, whether they be like pictures or like announcements. And every time I have like a vlog delay, I try and like post like, "Hey, sorry there's a delay, but don't worry, there's gonna be like a vlog tomorrow." Sadly, I did that 2 days in a row. I never am a fan of doing that, but it just ends up happening. And then Sam White said, "So it's called Kinshin? No, not Kinshin. Henshin. 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 It's Japanese for transform." Let's see. The Nani said, "I didn't see it." No problem. Then Matt said, "That isn't notifications." And then Matt said, "This isn't the Meiji era." I see where Matt's going at with that. Good reference. Oh, so I already talked about Thursday. Friday. So on Friday, what I do. So the big thing for Friday was trying to find time to hang out with Gerard. Oh, wait. That's not right. That's true, but I did more shit Friday. Wait, wait. Did I hang out with Ryan? Oh, did I hang out with Ryan on the day that I had the background interview? Oh shit, I sure did. Okay, we're gonna rewind time to Thursday real quick because I didn't say everything I did Thursday. Thursday, like I said, I had the background interview. I did that. Things are cool. Ding dong. Okay, so um, after the background interview, I hit up Ryan and I was like, "Yo, Ryan, do you want to hang out?" And Ryan's like, "Yeah, I'm free to hang out." So then me and Ryan, we both called our parents and we're like, "Yo, can Ryan come over to my house?" And then Ryan was like, "Yo, can Jet come over to our house?" And then we got yeses from like both our parents, but Ryan's parents were like, "Yo, clean the house for an hour and then let him come over." So then I was going to pick up Ryan so that we could hang out. And then I arrive at Ryan's house, and Dad's like, "Yeah, Ryan can come over, but only if he leaves at 7." And I'm like, "Fuck, Ryan lives like a half hour away." So by the time I arrive at Ryan's, I'm like, "If we drive back to my place, you'll only be able to hang out for like an hour, and then we gotta drive like half an hour back to your place. It just makes more sense for us to stay here." And then Ryan's like, "But I haven't cleaned." So then me and Ryan's sister try to help Ryan clean, but all Ryan really does is just procrastinate. We still hang out and have a fun time. And it was cool hanging out with Ryan and his sister. Ryan's sister seems to have very similar interests to him. She's just less controversial. She doesn't talk as much about like politics and stuff like that, which is cool. That means it's just more nerd conversation. But we all hung out, and it was pretty fun. I got to talk with Ryan's mom. Um, Ryan's mom, I learned later in the day, thought that I was recording her, which was weird. So I was texting Beth throughout the hangout with Ryan, and whenever my phone gets like a text notification, it has like the green notification light that flashes on my phone. And Ryan's mom was like, "Are you recording me?" And I'm like, "No." And then she's like, "Well, I just see that little light right there." And then like I unlock my phone and I'm like, I just get that when people send me text and I show that I got a new text from Beth or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then after I hung out with Ryan, we played a Clash of Ninja Revolution game or whatever on the Nintendo Wii. Well, actually, it was like the Wii U. And that was pretty bomb. It was me versus Ryan. Once I found out that Sasuke has a sword, I was fucking Ryan up. Ryan got me. like a few games. I got Sasuke on deck. Sasuke was kicking ass. Ryan tried to pull out a pocket Rock Lee because Rock Lee has a cheap move that he can do where he opens the 8 gates and he loses health rapidly, but he hits like a fucking truck. And the way that he has the settings set up for Naruto Clash of Ninja Revolution, it's either Revolution 2 or Revolution 3. You have to win 5 rounds. I beat him 5 rounds to nothing. Sasuke fucks you up. Rock Lee couldn't do shit. I loved it. But anyways, me and Ryan, we played Clash of Ninja Revolution like 2 or 3, which is one of those Wii games where you gotta like shake the fucking Wiimote controller or whatever. But anyway, like to hit people, which is interesting. But we hung out. I had a good time. I drove back to Dad's house, and then Aiden calls me while I'm like on the road, and I never answer my phone while I'm on the road. So I notice I'm about to pass by Aiden's apartments. So I pull into Aiden's apartments and like park real quick, and then I call him back, and then I didn't hear back from Aiden. So then I drove back to the house, and then once I got back to the house, Aiden hit me up and he's like, "Yo," and I'm like, "Hey, I actually was like just at your place. I didn't hear back from you, so I just dipped." And then Aiden was like, "Oh man." So then Aiden came by and he picked me up from Dad's. We went to Cookout, and then when we were at Cookout, one of the guys who works in the back, Enoch, Enoch was yo, Enoch was like, "Yo, that's that guy who always gets those crazy shakes. Put one of them on my tab." And they Enoch like bought one of my shakes and it was really cool. And the people at Cookout kept asking me like, "Yo, how'd you like think of these crazy flavors?" And "Yo, are these flavors really cool?" And Aiden was like impressed. Aiden's like, "Yo, that one girl who works there, she's pretty cute and she seems like really into like your shakes and it seems like everybody really likes you here and they're like buying you shakes and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just come here a lot and Cookout's like a great place. I really like Cookout." So yeah, I vibe with it. Um, but me and Aiden like talk and we catch up because it's been a hot minute since me and Aiden have really had like a chance to hang out. Aiden checks my Facebook because he wants to like learn more about Beth, and he looks and he sees that he like forgot to tell me happy birthday, and he's like, "Yo," he's like, "I'm such an asshole." He's like, "Happy birthday, dude." I'm like, "No problem." And we talk about how like he wants to do something like cool for my birthday, and I talk to him about how his birthday's coming up, so I want to do something cool for his birthday. And we just have like a good time hanging out. We go back to Aiden's apartment where we end up playing like video games and stuff with Colin and the guys until eventually I get back home. So that's everything that I did Thursday. Next up, I'm going to talk about Friday after I roll through all this stuff. Oh, I forgot. I forgot a part about Thursday. Fuck. So back when I was at Cookout with Aiden, Ryan calls me on the phone, and that's when Ryan is like, "Hey, so my mom thought that you were recording her on the phone, and she felt like you were asking like a lot of like leading questions or whatever." And I was like, "What's a leading question?" And he's like, "A leading question is when you bring up something to get the other person to talk about something they don't want to talk about." He's like, "For example, a leading question would be, Jet, tell me more about your divorce or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, I think I understand what Ryan's coming from." When Ryan's mom came home, um, it seemed like Ryan and his sister were just kind of like doing whatever. And I don't know. I know that like when I get home from like doing stuff, I like to talk about my day or whatever. And it just seemed like Ryan, especially, just wasn't really giving her the time of day. He was just kind of on Netflix. So I was like, you know what? I want to ask her about her day, like make sure that she's doing okay. So I asked her about her day, and then I don't think she actually wanted to talk about her day. I think that's what I'm getting from what Ryan was saying. So I was like, oops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to make anything awkward. Um, but I think that's everything I did Thursday. Now, let me check out that live chat because I think I'm hella behind. Let's see. Sam said, okay, got it. I might have 2 people down for it. Ooh. So you think you got multiple people who are interested in your kaiju game that you're making? Also, Sam, what are you going to call the kaiju game? Alyssa said, I don't know. I was hoping you all could help me. Okay, what kind of stuff are you going to do on your channel, Alyssa? Because whatever you're gonna do on your channel could potentially shape your name. I kind of like the name Cookie Girl though. I don't really know why you would change it. Then Matt said, "You played the dumb Keyforge game." Well, that's on Friday. I haven't started describing what I did Friday yet. We'll get there. Kyler retracted one of his messages. Nani said, "I have a good stream idea. What if you go eat at the worst reviewed places for my one meal for the day? That sounds horrible. Kyler said, hello. Yo, Kyler. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Then Cookie Girl said, y'all have any ideas for like new names for your channel? I guess my questions would be like, why do you like want a new name? What kind of content are you going to do on your channel? What names do you think would be attractive to the kind of audience you want to build, etc., etc. Then Nani said, lol, really? She thought that? I mean, you know, it's not too weird. Matt's about to explain why. Matt said, I wonder why that thought would come to her. Maybe because this has been an issue before. Then Nani said, Matt, what you mean? Then Sam said, yo, Jet, I found a lot of new Yu-Gi-Oh cards I like. Yo, what are the new Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you vibe with? And then Nani said, did Nick record under girl skirts? No. I don't understand where that would come from. Then Matt said, Jet recording Ryan's sister in a call. And then Matt said, no. What Matt's currently referring to is one day I had like called Ryan while I was like doing a stream or whatever. And I'm not sure if I called Ryan or Ryan called me. It was one or the other. But Ryan was on speakerphone, and at a certain point, I mentioned like, "Hey, I'm doing the stream or whatever," and then Ryan was like, "Yo, you probably shouldn't do calls while also streaming." Like Ryan wasn't upset or anything, but he has a point. It's a thing where at the beginning, you should be like, "Hey, I'm streaming," and like if you say anything, you'd be on stream. Like let them know, or just not take calls on stream. It really depends. Um, but yeah, that's what Matt's referring to. Kels said, yo, yo, what up, fam squad? Yo, Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Matt said, Cookout is a mediocre out of 10. Matt, the hating has returned. Welcome back. Then Kel said, dude, you're the god of Cookout. Oh, thank you kindly. I appreciate it. Nani said, who bought you shakes? So the guy who works at Cookout, he works like in the back. He makes a whole bunch of stuff. I see him like almost every time I go to Cookout. He's definitely like a hard worker. I'll go to a Cookout at like random hours with friends. I always see him working there. His name's Enoch. He hit me up with a free milkshake, and I really appreciate it. Enoch's cool. Tyler's cool. Tyler's another guy who works there. Tyler, what he'll do is if I buy two shakes, like if I pay the cost for two shakes, he puts the shake in like the biggest cup they have. This isn't something that they're like normally supposed to do. He gets like the cup they use for the huge tea, and it's like a big ass tea. Well, I say when you say teacup, it makes the name sound weird, but it's a big ass cup, like a pretty big cup, and he just fills it with like whatever shake combination I want, and that's actually really good value. It's just huge. It's bigger than just if you had two of the same shake, so you're paying two of the same shake money for more than just like two of the same shake. But Tyler hooks me up with the huge shakes. Enoch hooked me up with a free shake, and the general manager of Cookout, he'll actually come up to me when I'm like hanging out with friends. He'll be like, "Yo, thank you guys for coming so much. We always love having you and like making the shakes, crazy shakes, stuff like that." So I really enjoy like going to Cookout. It's like a really chill environment for sure. And I love the shakes. Good prices. Beth also really vibes with Cookout. She likes their chili. She likes that it's like very affordable pricing. If anyone has never been to a Cookout, I highly recommend the bacon wrap. It's pretty good. Enough about Cookout though. I feel like I've been talking about it for a hot minute. Sam says, sounds like you had a good day. I'm most deaf, but I haven't even gotten to the modern day yet. We've been talking about Thursday. I still need to talk about Friday at some point. Nani said, Nick is finally back with the disliking. Glad to see bro back. Kel said, happy birthday, Jet. He says on a fourth dimensional level. Let's see, Matt said, Jet, how do you not know what a leading question is? Your boy, Matt. Uh, I don't know. Ryan said, oh, hi, Jet. Just got here. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Nani said, Jet, you know how white people are? What was that racial comment? Also, Kel, speaking of birthdays, it's your boy Kevin's birthday. Happy birthday to Kevin. I'm still curious what he's going to be doing for his birthday today. Matt said, You just don't ask people how they are if they aren't on somewhat familiar terms, especially if it's the parent of a friend. Let me scroll up. Especially if it's the parent of a friend you don't really know well. I think asking about someone's day isn't that peculiar. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that weird to ask someone, how was your day? That's a pretty normal question. Then Nani said, true, Matt, but white people always weird. Just ask, how was your day? What's bad about that? Nani, I don't like that you're making it a racial thing. I don't think it's a racial thing. Sam said, well, I love Plague Spreader Zombie and Sweet Corn, but not together. What does Sweet Corn do? I've heard of Plague Spreader Zombie, but I don't remember the effect. And then Ryan said, I indeed wasn't upset. That's true. Ryan wasn't upset about like the speakerphone stream thing that happened. Then Matt said, it's about familiarity, nothing more or less. Then Ryan said, even if you did record your conversation, it would be fine under Alabama law as long as one party gives consent. Interesting. I've never heard of like the legal ramifications of that. Matt said also more games that are trash that is just on sale rather than actually valuable stuff like Fighter C DLC or Uniel. Quick question: what's Uniel? Also, Dragon Ball Fighter Z was on sale. Believe it or not, dun 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 dun. Dun. Like a $100 version of Dragon Ball Fighter Z was on sale for like $68. So if I paid $70, I think it would have come with like all the different like season passes and shit. And I would have had the DLC and everything, but I already own the game. So even though it was like, yo, you could get the $100 edition for like $30 off, I was like, I already own the game. Why would I buy? Yeah, like why would I buy this? If like just the season pass was on sale, I would have probably gotten it. But having the special edition on sale, I'm like, I already own this whole ass game. I don't know why I would buy that on sale. Let's see. And then Matt said, side note, care to explain the DLC connection between GT Goku and Janemba? Neither of them are canon. Hey, they're neither canon characters. And it's weird to say neither are canon characters. Goku, of course, is canon, but GT Goku, not canon. Janemba Head S, not canon. I rest my case. Dun, dun. Um, let's see. Matt said because it seems to me that Arxis actually doesn't have themes for their DLC pairings. Check this shit out, Matt. Superheroes for Saiyaman and Jiren, not canon for GT and Janemba. Dragon Ball Super Broly for Blue Gogeta and Broly. I don't know. I don't think it's that weird. So let's see. Kel said, I really hope they secretly worship you as a god and have a shrine of you in the back at Cookout. I would be very surprised. Then Nani said, oh, I'm just saying. Then Kel said, it's always a racial thing. Then Nani said, Kels loves the racial thing. Then Kel said, I do, Nani. Then Matt said, Hides and Linne's game. Oh, Under Night in Birth? Why is the shortening for that Uniel? That was very confusing. Matt said GT Goku is still canon. Mm-mm-mm. Then Nani said canon debate. Then Matt said Jet stretching those connections. Sam said sweet corn on your second main phase. Pay 500 life points to special summon one token once per turn. Is sweet corn a continuous spell or like a continuous trap? As a monster, I'm not a fan of that effect. Then Ryan said, how is GT Goku canon? And then Matt said, because nothing proves he isn't canon. Well, Toriyama has pretty much said that GT, and by pretty much I mean in an interview, said that GT is a side story. It's not a part of the main canon. It's like its own thing. Toriyama's already mentioned that the movies take place in another dimension, which is dumb wording, but that's what he said. And Cooler is in GT. Cooler's not in the main movies. So if Cooler is not in main continuity, but Cooler's in GT, then GT is not in main continuity. And when they do make movie characters and put them into continuity, Toriyama just says it, like what he did for Broly, where he's like, "Yeah, that's in canon now. Here's a new Broly for canon." Let's see. Do 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 do. Then Nani said that's like saying OG Broly is canon. Then Sam said it's a monster. I'm not a fan of sweet corn being a monster. Kel said Toriyama said GT is just kind of like a thing, you know. Then Matt said side story doesn't equal non-canon, but it's pretty non-canon. Also, I see that a couple new people just popped in. Unboxing and review. Welcome to the stream. And Dragon Ball Superfan 10. Welcome to the stream. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Hey, let's see. Unboxing review said, "What's up, dude?" Dragon Ball Superfan 10 said, "Sup." Matt said, "It can be two different coolers." GT's not canon. GT's not canon. Let's see. Matt said, since Toriyama described it as different dimensions. Then your boy Ryan said, yes, it does equal non-canon if Akira goes word of God on it. Then Kel said, Jet just proved using his godly detective skills that GT isn't canon. And then Ryan said, a non-canon different dimension. Then Sam said, Jet, do I have to show you his power, by the way? My vote is Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Yeah, what do you guys want to do during the last 30 minutes? I still need to cover what I did on Friday and what I did today. I'm like behind in just describing my day. Matt said, but he never flat out said non canon slash not part of the story. Side story doesn't imply non canon by itself. We can pull up these Toriyama interviews, my guy. Um, Real quick, I'm gonna cover what I did Friday. So on Friday, I went down to Station Retro. So wait a minute. Did I like wrongly combine days? What the fuck? Did I do the background interview on the day that I hung out with Ryan? Or did I do it on Friday on the day? I did it on Friday. Holy fuck. So remember that story I said about the background interview that I said happened on Thursday? Yeah, the background interview shit that happened on Friday, but all the Ryan stuff and the hanging out with Aiden stuff that did happen on Thursday. Just not the background interview thing. I mushed the days together. So the Ryan hangout and the Aiden hangout on Thursday, that all happened on Thursday. Then on Friday, I had the background interview thing, and I went straight from that to your boy Gerard's job. So Gerard now works at a nerdy shop called Station Retro. So I went down to Station Retro because Gerard was like, "Yo, we do this movie trivia night. Whoever wins, they get $50. You get $50 if you win." And he's like, "Nobody ever shows up, so if you happen to come with like one other person, you'll just boom. You'll essentially just win $50 if you can beat him in the trivia." So I was hyped. I was ready to like throw down. I arrive and like nobody's there. Just as said. But I learned that the real prize isn't $50, it's $25 in store credit. So I'm like, fuck. Okay, so that's not $50 right off the bat. So me and Gerard hang out for a little bit. I meet Gerard's coworker Kaylee and his boss Lad. Now his boss Lad is really cool. Lad is really into like making stuff, whether it's like 3D printing or like cutting out like special tables that have like plugs in them for you to charge your devices. He also designs like the website, all the programs and databases used by the store. He's trying to create his own like mom and pop version of like Amazon. He seems to be doing a whole bunch of stuff, but he definitely is like coding minded. And he like took me in the back where he has like this multi-computer setup where he showed me like the back end of like all the stuff and all the code that he's been working with, and I was like, that was really cool. Yeah. So Lad seems like a cool guy. I mentioned that to Gerard's coworker Kaylee, and she's like laughed. She's like, that was so sweet. He's not, and I thought that was really interesting. Um, Kaylee is very fun and like sarcastic, and she just seems fun to be around. I do want to hang out with the Kaylee that works with Gerard a little bit more. I do think she's cool. Gerard got me into Keyforge, so I ended up getting a Keyforge deck for free using some of the store credit from trivia. Colin ends up showing up, and we decide that we're gonna split the trivia winnings. $10 for the loser and $15 for the winner. I ended up only getting $10 because the last question I flubbed. It was like which one of these movies had like In Sync and like Madonna as like music on the soundtrack or whatever, and I picked Shrek, but I knew Shrek had like Smash Mouth and shit. Like I knew it had like a whole bunch of like famous artists, but after I picked my choice and Colin had picked his choice, Gerard asked us what we picked. And Colin was like, I picked Shrek. And then I say out loud, I picked Shrek. But thinking about it, I know Shrek had Smash Mouth, but I don't remember Madonna and In Sync. And to be honest, Pokemon the first movie came out in the early 2000s when those artists would have been popular. So I picked Shrek, but now I'm thinking I probably should have picked Pokemon. And then Gerard reveals the answer, and it was fucking Pokemon. That last question was worth like 10 points. I would have beat Cullen, and I would have gotten the 15 instead of the 10. It was so fucking close. The issue is that I thought about it more after I had answered it rather than when I just was doing the answer, but I could have gooted it. But anyways, I got the Keyforge deck for free. Gerard also has a Keyforge deck. Colin bought a Keyforge deck, and Kaylee, who the girl who works with Gerard, she also has a Keyforge deck. So it seems like a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of people, holy fuck, a whole bunch of people seem to be getting into Keyforge as like a game. It's like a trading card game made by the creator of Magic the Gathering. It's all about trying to like make keys and you summon monsters and shit. It's a lot, but it plays similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit when it comes to like how you can summon monsters, because the monster summoning almost is like a pendulum summoning kind of thing where you can just kind of spam your hand, but instead of it being based off of levels, it's based off of like houses, which are essentially different tribes that make up your deck. It's weird, but it's kind of cool. I'm enjoying it so far. It actually doesn't seem as obtuse as it may have appeared at first. Excuse me. But anyways, we played some Keyforge. We hung out. I got to like know Lad a little bit better. I got to play like a quick game with Colin where we only played to the first one to forge 2 keys. Normally you try to forge 3 keys to win. In this, we only tried to forge 2. Then this is the thing that I mentioned earlier, where it was like we hung out at Station Retro until it got really late, and then once it got really late, we went to Collins. We hung out at Collins with like Max and Aiden and everybody, and we played video games. And then we played like another quick game of Keyforge, and then Gerard was like, "Hey, uh, Max is fixing my computer. If we just wait a little bit, my computer will be fixed." And then we waited for Max to fix Gerard's computer. And then after that, I had to take Gerard home, and I ended up getting home at like 2 a.m. So that's why I missed the vlog on Friday. Long story short, Friday was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing everything. Uh, I just kind of wish I would have gotten home earlier. I think for future Fridays, I'm not going to stay out as late. I'm going to stay for the Station Retro stuff, but I probably won't do a post Station Retro hangout. I'll probably be like, cool guys, thanks for hanging out at Station Retro. It's like 10 p.m. I'm going to like go home. I'm not going to do the whole, oh, we did Station Retro. Seems like I'm going to go back to you guys' place and leave at like 2 a.m. Probably not going to do that. Because my whole thing is to reserve Sunday for hanging out with like all the guys. Well, I'm not able to hang out with Gerard on those days. That's why I'm doing the Friday thing with Gerard. But I think for now, for Fridays, I mean, my cutoff's going to be 10 p.m. And then for Sundays, it'll probably have to be a similar thing once I start working. It'll probably have to be like a good cutoff. Maybe earlier for Sundays. But we can hang out like most of the day Sunday. So it's not as big of a deal. Um, and then today's Saturday. Real quick, I'm going to just go through Saturday and then I'll be good. Okay. So today, well, not today, technically yesterday, Saturday, I got to meet Beth's parents, Beth's pets, and a couple of Beth's friends. I just said Bet. I guess that's the ship name because it's like Beth and Jet put together. Anyways, I got to meet Beth's parents, her pets, and a couple of her friends. It went from a, oh, and I got to meet her grandma. So it went from a meet my family date to a like double date when I like met her friends to just like a me and her date where we just hung out, and then I hung out with her family one more time and I came back. I really enjoyed hanging out with her family. They're really fun. Her mom is really like extroverted and like fun, and then her dad. is more like introverted and fun, and then her grandma was really like calm and like cool to be around. She has like a dog named Casey. I keep calling her Cassie because when I saw the name in text messages and knew it was a she, I like was mispronouncing it, but it's Casey. But anyways, Casey is a really like high energy dog that's like young but like kind of big for its age. Then she has like a cat named Sylvester and it's really friendly. It acts more like a dog. And then one of her cats, he just kind of stared at me from the stairs. He never came down. Then there was another cat. He was chill. He was cool to pet, but he didn't really do anything. He just kind of laid there like forever. Uh, Casey would chase Sylvester, the cat that looked like the cat that acted like a dog, just around the house, and Sylvester would do like parkour and shit. It was really interesting. But anyways, blah 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 blah. Hung out with Beth's family. It was really cool. Really enjoyed hanging out with them. I'm excited to do more of that in the future. The double date. For the double date, we hung out with Danny and Teresa. Danny and Teresa are getting married soon, like in November. They seem like a pretty interesting couple. Didn't really learn a lot about Teresa. Danny seems to be really into gaming. Teresa is also into gaming. She does console gaming, where Danny does more computer gaming. So me and Danny ended up talking about computers, Google Stadia, where we think gaming's going in the future. He DMs for like Dungeons and Dragons, so we talked about like some Dungeons and Dragons stuff, what his current campaign is like, the type of characters that we like to play, and things of that nature. It was a cool interaction, but I feel like I don't know a lot about Danny and Teresa. Like even after the double date, I'm like, so they game. That's all I really know. I know they game, and that's about it. So it was a fun double date. Definitely seemed like good people. I just didn't, get to vibe with them. Let's see. Also, real quick, before I continue talking about my day Saturday, I don't want to miss everybody's messages. So let me jump back. Let me jump back and try and read some messages. Because I feel like there's a lot that I've missed. And I apologize for that. I was just trying to rush through because I know that today is like a triple vlog. So I'm trying to make sure that I can like cover what I did each day before I like lose track of like what I did each day. Let's see. So where are we at? So Matt said, but he never flat out said non-canon slash not part of the story. Side story doesn't imply non-canon by itself. Then Sam said, be right back. See when you get back, Sam. Kel said, Matt, explain how GT would fit within main continuity. Then Matt said, until they go past GT in the current Dragon Ball canon slash go past the end of Z, it is still canon. And then Kel said, no, it's not, Matt. Kel's is right. Matt said GT is slotted right after the end of Z, which has not happened. And then Ryan said, what about Super? Then Matt said, since Super occurs before the end of Z. Matt is correct. Super does happen before the end of Dragon Ball Z. That is true. Kel said, we don't need Super to go past Z to prove GT is a canon. They never mention any of the God stuff in GT. With that alone, we can safely say it isn't canon. That's debatable. Matt's going to say that at any point in Super, they can do a thing where suddenly it fits more with GT and then they can just say GT can happen. That's Matt's argument. Matt's argument is really flimsy because of the fact that Super has definitely laid the groundwork for the future of Dragon Ball. I don't think they're going to retcon all of that away to try and fit GT into canon, especially since they don't have to. They already have stuff like Super Dragon Ball Heroes for them to like do experimental different shit and use the stuff from GT. So they don't need to have GT fit with a normal continuity. They already have like the mini series like anime that goes with a card game that can use GT shit and everything else. So they don't need to wrap it into main continuity for them to still make money off of it. And for them to do that would simply muddle the main continuity. So they don't have to nor need to do that. Matt said yes. Since the end of Z acts as a current bottleneck in the story, we know Super is canon, but doesn't seem to have any relevance toward the end of Z. So we can't just say that the lack of mention of gods prevents it from being canon. And what Matt's more or less saying is that the end of Z doesn't really bring up any of the super shit. So he's like, you can't say that just because all this crazy shit happens in Super that doesn't come up in GT that it means that GT isn't canon because the end of Z is still canon and it takes place after Super and it doesn't bring up any of the fucking shit from Dragon Ball Super. So argument understood doesn't mean argument valid. Matt said, so we can't just say the lack of mention of God prevents it from being canon. Then Sam said, back, what are you doing? Welcome back, Sam. Sorry that it took me so long to get back to these messages. Like I said, I was just trying to describe everything that I've been doing today. I still haven't finished describing everything that I did today, though I have for the most part. Um, but I was just trying to get through that because we got a triple vlog, and triple vlogs are always messy. Kel said, I see what you did there, Matt. Then Matt said, for all we know, memory wiping will occur right before the end of Z. That'd be weird. Nani said, is Nick canon? And then Nani said, Quiplash tonight. So we got one vote for Quiplash and one vote for Yu-Gi-Oh! Kel said, but it's a lot weirder to say that they don't mention God stuff throughout an entire series than in a few episodes. Oh, I see where Kel's is saying. Kel's is like, just because the end of Z didn't mention Super, maybe for those few days, none of the Super shit was relevant. He's like, but that doesn't make sense for like the whole of GT. Few episodes you don't mention something, sure. Whole series you don't mention something, very unlikely. You know what I mean? Let's see. Then Nani said, what is Keyforge? Like I said, Keyforge is a card game made by the creator of Magic the Gathering. The whole point of the game is to use monsters to create amber, and then you use amber to make keys. Excuse me. Whoever gets 3 keys first wins. The idea is to stop your opponents from making amber so that they can't make keys, so that they can't win, and then you make amber so that you can make keys so you win. There are cards that steal your opponent's amber. There are cards that capture your opponent's amber where they can't use it, but neither can you unless they like kill your monsters. There's shit like that. But the whole point is to essentially collect 18 amber and create 3 keys over the course of the game because you need 6 amber to create each key. Keyforge is kind of cool. Haven't played a lot of it. My opinion may change over time. Keep that in mind. But oh, the coolest part about Keyforge, I haven't mentioned that. The coolest part of Keyforge is that it's a card game where you buy decks in their entirety. You don't buy booster packs and shit to supplement your deck. You buy a whole deck, and it's not like a structure deck. The way that the decks are made is that there's an algorithm that creates a randomly generated deck that balances out the deck to make sure that it's like fair and that like it's not like shitty nor is it uber tier. So all decks are like middle of the road. Um, it's like a random set of cards. On the back of your deck is the name of your deck. So on the back of each card is the name of your deck, and you can't use any cards in your deck that aren't supposed to be in your deck. And whenever you're like, I want to play a different type of deck, you just buy another entire like whole ass deck, and then it's like that's my new deck, and you can have as many different decks as you want. But it's interesting. It's a game where there's like no meta because there can't be a meta. You know what I mean? So there's like no meta. All decks are balanced. There's no net decking. You never know what cards you're necessarily gonna get until you like buy the deck and then you see what's in it. So that's the appeal of Keyforge. Matt said Keyforge is horrible. It isn't even good. Then Nani said, is it really horrible? Matt said, but the issue is that with how relevant the God stuff is, how relevant Beerus alone is, there is no way his lack of mention would be normal. Then Sam White retracted a message. Then Nani said, I saw that, Sam. Kind of sus. And then Sam said, I meant voice. It said void. But I can see why it was sus. I have no idea what Sam said. Nani said, okay, I thought you meant something else. He said, I thought you said peen. Then Sam said, nah, I was just really stressed before the stream, and now I'm really calm. Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear that you're relaxed, Sam. Then Kel said, but Matt, we cannot talk about Beerus for like 3 episodes, but with universal level threats throughout the entire series, not so much. Yeah, you'd think at least the Tournament of Power would come up or something like that. Let's see. Nani said, was it awkward when you met them? So was it awkward when I met Beth's parents? Not at all. Me and Beth hanging out with her parents was actually really cool. Like I said, her mom was like really fun. She was able to like hold like really like interesting conversations, and then her dad, he doesn't talk as much, but when he does talk, it is like cool. Like it's like enjoyable stuff. He's more like soft spoken, but he's definitely like a cool guy. He used to read comics back in the day, and he's really into like superhero movies like nowadays. We mainly like played with pets and just talked about our lives. So we talked about like uh, Beth's mom and like what she does for a living, and we talked about like animals, and we talked about like school and work and things of that nature. And it was just a nice time. I had a nice time meeting best parents, so it wasn't awkward. Now, if you were asking, was it awkward meeting them, not talking about best parents, but instead talking about best friends? Not awkward. I think the weirdest thing was probably me talking about the one meal a day. I don't think they expected that. Because best friends were like, one meal. But it wasn't super awkward. They were like, one meal. So do you eat just like a whole lot? And I was like, yeah, I eat a whole lot just once. But the only thing that I think the reason why I bring it up is as it being possibly awkward is that we were at a Dairy Queen, so everybody else was eating, and I just like had a shake. I had a chocolate cake peanut butter shake. Next time, if there is a next time that I go to Dairy Queen, I didn't really like the location because it was like on the Parkway, and I don't like having to do a U-turn on the Parkway to go to Dairy Queen. But if I were to go to that Dairy Queen again, I would try and get chocolate cake peanut butter Reese's shake. I didn't try to get Reese's mixed in, but I probably could have, and it would have probably been bomb as fuck. But we'll see. Anyways, um, fuck, what was I talking about? No, it wasn't awkward meeting anybody. It was even cool to meet Beth's grandma. I feel like we had a really cool conversation. So I really liked meeting everyone. And now that I've met like some of Beth's friends and her parents and her grandma, Beth is really open to the idea of meeting more of my friends. She actually would be interested in hanging out with me and the guys today on Sunday once she gets out of church. But that depends on if the guys are down. Because I'm not sure if the guys are ready to impromptu just meet Beth like randomly. But we'll see. Okay. Where we at? Sam said, but yeah, Jet, your voice is calming. Oh, thank you kindly, Sam. Truly appreciate it. Kel said, Jet, make ASMR videos for Sam. I don't do ASMR. Anyways, let's see. Nani said, Sam would love that. Fuck, where are we at? Where are we at? It scrolled down hella far. I'm so lost. Yo. Fuck, here we go. Matt said, it's because of how much Beerus is intrigued by Goku that it becomes strange. Unless Goku was able to beat Beerus, it wouldn't make sense for Goku to just be by himself and willing to take on Oob. With super continuity, it's still weird that Goku is interested in Oob and not like Kefla or Kale. Like if you're trying to train like the next generation of Saiyan, you should train Kefla or Kale. Kefla showed a lot of interest in wanting to train, and she seemed very interested in Goku specifically. Why not train Kefla? Why train Oob? Does Oob somehow have more potential than Kefla? That just seems odd. But anyway, Sam said, "Well, I will never live this down." Oh, you're talking about like the relaxing voice thing? That's nothing wrong with that. Matt said, as a training partner, referring to the Oob thing. He said Goku needs a certain level of closure, not entire closure since GT gives the final closure, that goes over Goku being somewhat satisfied with his place as a warrior. Um, I'm not sure if we're really ever going to get that. Now that Dragon Ball already was a phenomenon, but at the current level that Dragon Ball's at, I think he might be stuck in like comic book hell. You know how like comic book characters are like they're always gonna keep making comic book shit. Like Batman's story is probably never gonna end. I think Goku is stuck in that same thing. It's weird to say that because it is a manga. Like, of course, that kind of goes without saying. It's an ongoing manga right now, Dragon Ball Super. So he kind of already is stuck in comic book hell, but I think even more so, especially since the manga has a different writer. Even if Toriyama's like, I don't fuck with it anymore, Toyotaro would just be like, oh, well, I fuck with it and I'm writing it. If they keep passing the writer down, like when Toyotaro gets really old and he's like, here you go, deviant art guy, you write the rest of Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? If they just keep passing the writer down, I don't think Dragon Ball's ever gonna end, and I don't think Goku's ever gonna get closure. I think it's just gonna keep happening. Let's see. Nani said, "What if Beerus just wanted a tournament of power from Goku?" That's not what he meant. Anyways, Sam said facts. He said that was his big plan. Uh, then Kel said, "Well, Matt, Super isn't over yet, so Goku could get closure by the end. I doubt it." Then Matt said, but GT loses its value if it falls out of mainline continuity. Maximum marketing keeps GT in continuity because Toei wants that money. You can get maximum value from Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Super Dragon Ball Heroes has a manga, it has a game, that game has cards, but it also has arcades, and it has a game on the Switch that you can like just buy from the store, and it has 3DS games, and it has merchandise, and it has its own anime. There are multiple ways that things from GT, thanks to Super Dragon Ball Heroes, can stay relevant without GT being in continuity. So that actually just didn't matter. Nani said, "How are you gonna say it's canon when the creator said it isn't?" He's like, "Come on, bro." Then Matt said, "Correct, Kels. I'm stating that as we aren't at the point where we have a definitive answer." But he said that GT was a side story. What Toriyama was saying is that it doesn't fit within the canon. We gotta pull up this interview to show Matt the truth. Let's see. Kel said, "Nani, I think you just cracked the code." Let's see. Then Matt said, "Yes, and if anything, I would prefer GT to not be canon." Then Matt said, "Toriyama said side story, not non-canon." But you gotta think about what was the question Toriyama was asked. That's why you gotta bring up these interviews. Yo, Vegeta, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Excuse me, I burped. Matt said Keyforge is lame. Matt, have you bought a Keyforge deck or like a Keyforge starter set? What do you not like about Keyforge? What do you like about Keyforge? Give us your review of Keyforge, Matt. I'm ready. Kel said, Matt, GT doesn't have to be canon for them to get money from it. Facts. Yo, good to see you again, Vegeta. Your boy Matt said, but keeping it canon gives them more money than it not being canon. Not true. People were still spending money on Broly shit even before they made Broly canon. It didn't have to be canon for you to make that money. They could have made money off of Broly if he was a big part of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, let alone being a part of the movie, you know. But it is cool when they make it canon. Not gonna lie. That being said, I do think it's weird that Kale and Broly haven't had a thing yet. I really want to see that. I really want to see Kale versus Broly now. Let's see. Let's see. Matt said because it not being canon makes it more niche slash not as important to care about. Well, Super Dragon Ball Heroes has its own continuity, so it's kind of understandable. Kel said, Matt, how does something's canonness, for lack of a better word, correlate to its profitability? Good ass question. Matt said it's based upon how much an audience needs to care about a property. Non-canon bits can be left to the side, thus meaning that part isn't making money. But the thing that makes GT still relevant is that the events of GT are still canon to Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Super Dragon Ball Heroes is an ongoing anime, manga, video game series, trading card component, merchandise, fucking big ass brand that's outside of the normal continuity of Dragon Ball, where GT still holds relevance and it still matters what happened in GT because the shit in GT is in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. So, because it's already in continuity with this big brand, it doesn't have to be in continuity with normal Dragon Ball. In the same way why Super Dragon Ball Heroes anime has nothing to do with Dragon Ball Super's anime, because they're different continuities. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Let's see. Then Montel said, "Yo, gotta talk to you." Oh, okay, Montel. I'm sorry. I know that you messaged me on Facebook a little while ago. Recently, I've been really busy with like work stuff. So I've been like applying to jobs. I'll be working like soon, like in a few weeks. So yeah, feel free to message me on Facebook. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten back to you. Between like applying to jobs, getting accepted to jobs, working on progress, like for getting my clearance form set up, um, having a new girlfriend, and hanging out with friends and shit, and doing the vlogs, and buying new video games. There's just been a lot going on. But yeah, I'll definitely hit you up. Feel free to message me on Facebook. I'll be able to see what you're talking about. I'm sorry that I haven't had a chance to talk to you. And then Montel said ASAP. Definitely. If it's something important, feel free to hit me up. Send me a message on Messenger. I'll definitely be able to like hit up your message. Sam White said, I wish I watched Dragon Ball Z so I knew what you guys are talking about. Matt is trying to state the case that a non-canon part of like Dragon Ball is canon, and we're saying that it's not canon because the creator said it's not canon. Fuck, I scrolled down too far. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, I still scrolled down too far. Fuck me. Let's see. Matt said if GT is non canon and everyone calls it's bad, would you watch it if you cared about Dragon Ball? If GT is non canon and everyone says it's bad, people already say GT is bad, and people still watch it. I still watched a good amount of GT, and people said it was bad. Okay, I'm going to message Montel because it seems like something's going on. Okay, I just sent him a message on Messenger. Hopefully everything's okay. Let's see. Then Kel said, "Well, Matt, all of the Z movies are non-canon, and people seem to care about those as much as the main series. People do still like fuck with the Dragon Ball Z movies, and those are non-canon." Then Montel said, "Text me. Don't worry, I sent you a Facebook message." Matt said, "To a certain extent, but movies generally have various levels of success." What? Then Kel said, "Actually, Matt, I would watch it because when there's a bad part of a series I like to watch slash read it to get my own opinion." Then Matt said, "But how many people share that mindset? I'll make fun of shit if it's bad." Then Matt said, "With how much anime exists, why watch something that is bad?" Matt, who do you think you're talking to? That's what I do all the time. Let's see. Then Nani, I think, is doing something in reference to what Vegeta's saying. I'm not sure. Then Kel said, "Well, I'll give it to you there, Matt. In general, people would probably not watch it." Let's see. Matt said, "And if people don't watch GT, they might not see Super Saiyan 4. They won't be like, wow, this is such a cool form. And they won't buy the Goku Super Saiyan 4 figurine. People would probably just see the Goku Super Saiyan 4 figurine and be like, wow, this is like a cool design. What, this is Goku? Oh shit. What's this from? OGT? Oh, I'm gonna watch GT. Oh, GT is good for what it is." It doesn't have to be in continuity. Then Kel said, "But assuming GT isn't canon, which it isn't, then why do people love Super Saiyan 4 even though it isn't canon? Because it's just a cool form, regardless of its canonicity. Just like how people can enjoy the show, regardless of its canonicity." Then Ryan said, "They could even make a canon GT-esque show, incorporating parts of it into a post-Super story." I think they're already trying to do some of that, like in Super, like take elements from GT that they liked and go like, "Oh, well, we can just splash that in. We can just do it." Let's see. Matt said, "The fact that you are buying an entire deck that you don't know what's in it and that you aren't technically supposed to change means you're left to the whims of fate for how good something is." Well, all of the decks are supposed to be mid-tier, Matt. So it doesn't matter because everybody is mid-tier. No one's gonna have a like top tier deck, nor is anyone gonna have a shit tier deck. But that just means that the game is like always fair. That's pretty much it. Nani said, "Kel's true. I love Super Saiyan 4." Then Ryan said, "They could have two separate continuities." Facts. Then Ryan said, not Ryan, Matt said, "I can't currently keep going because you keep doing these at infinitely late times and sleep is important." Okay, I hope you have a wonderful night, Matt. Thank you for tuning in. Then Nani said, "Imagine saying GT is canon." Then Ryan said, "Like how Star Wars works with two separate continuities, canon and legends. There is still a huge demand for legends works, even though they're not canon, which is why there's such a huge demand for Super Dragon Ball Heroes, because it's essentially Dragon Ball's versions of Legends continuity, where it's a whole bunch of non-canon shit just all thrown together, fan servicey as fuck, has nothing to do with main continuity, but people eat up Super Dragon Ball Heroes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My boy. Let's see. So then Kel said, okay, Matt, see you later. Hope you realize that leaving an argument means you lose, especially when you're on the losing side. Give me one moment. Let's see. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That's for my. Okay, no worries, Montel. Yeah, so Montel, they're just contacting you because you're someone who's known me for like many years. They're just checking for people who like know me pretty well, and they're like, hey, we just need you to like make sure that the guy that we're talking to, that being me, is really who he says he is or whatever. It's just like a verification kind of thing. So it's not like you're in trouble or anything, Montel. It's just like to make sure that I'm not a spy or whatever, they have to check people in my background and verify that like I'm like a person. So they're just gonna ask you a few questions. It's not anything like too crazy, Montel. Let's see. Then Kel said, I actually like GT. Then Matt said, tiredness is a thing. Then Nani said, Kel's got him. He said, I like GT too, no homo. Then Kel said, I know Matt, I was just being a bitch. Then Montel said, any tips about like the security clearance thing? Yeah, it's not really like a tips thing, if that makes sense. The whole point is to like just be honest, just tell the truth. If they ask you like any question, you just be truthful with your answer. You just be honest. I think it's actually a crime to lie. Like just you just actually tell the truth in the investigation, and that's all you gotta do. That's it. Let's see. Then Kel said, Nani, thank you for excluding any possibility that what you said was homosexual in any nature. Be honest and tell the truth in the interview. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Let's see. Ryan said, why do you care if GT is canon? And Nani said, lol. Kel said, I love Dragon Ball Heroes because it's Dragon Ball on crack. Then Nani said, same. Dragon Ball Heroes is fun. I'm going to start buying cards soon. Ryan said, Aiden accepted my friend request on Facebook. Oh, nice. Then Sam said, yo, Jet, can we play Jackbox? Then Nani said, Aiden isn't here. And he said, Quiplash, boys. Sadly, we went over an hour. Normally, I'd be down. I kind of want to wake up. Oh, I got a friend request. Oh, it's Beth's brother. I haven't met Beth's brother yet. I guess I'm gonna confirm his friend request and just see what happens. A matter of fact, yeah, I met Beth's mom, dad, grandma. I just haven't met him yet. But it looks like he's hitting me up. That's interesting. Let's see. And then I have a whole bunch of notifications. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Then Kel said, oof, the canon debate took up all the time. Nani said, does her brother look like he will murk you? Uh, do, 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 do. I was looking at notifications. Do, 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 do. So does he look like he will murk me? He's in a picture standing with a whole bunch of military guys doing like a face. So it does have that kind of like all murk you appearance. It's definitely like a picture designed to be like a badass picture. But no, I don't think he'd murk me. Let's see. Then Kel said, sorry guys. And he said fair. And then Nani said, you going offline? Yeah, I'm gonna go. Fuck! Montel, your birthday was on the 17th. Montel, why didn't you say something about your birthday? What? Now I gotta message Montel happy late birthday backwards, starting with his name. So Letnom. Let's see. Yeah, birthday. No, happy late birthday, Montel. So YAD HTRIB ETOL YPPAH. Yo, let's put some emojis in that bitch. Happy late birthday, Montel. I fucked up. I'm surprised you didn't tell me that I fucked up. I'm sorry. Okay, let me find these. Where the fuck are these birthday based emojis? I know they exist. What the fuck? These aren't birthday emojis. Okay, that's kind of lame. The fuck? Does Facebook just have shitty emojis if I'm trying to do birthday shit? None of this is good. I don't need animal emojis. Is that the sun? I need. Come on. That's food. What? Hold up. Food might be exactly what I need. But it's like burgers and shit. Oh, here's a birthday cake. Bitchin'. Hey, there we go. Let's see, where the fuck are we? Nani said, oh shit. Then Sam said, yep, he will murk you. You are dead. And then Nani said, it's all Matt's fault. Then Kel said, Jet, why do you use Facebook? It's for old people. He said as he looks at you disgustingly. I didn't expect that last part. So people use Facebook all the time. There's a whole bunch of different shit. It's just a thing. Let's see. Do. Then Nani said, why argue with someone that doesn't accept the truth? That's like helping a crackhead out. What a line. Oh, someone at Cookout tried to sell me and Aiden drugs. So I forgot about the story. So if we flash back to Thursday. So Thursday, when me and Aiden were at Cookout, I was on my phone looking at interesting shake flavors or whatever that I'm gonna order. I have a whole list of them in my phone. And this one guy's in a booth at Cookout, and he's like, yo, yo. Hey, he starts getting mad because I'm not paying attention to him. Aiden claims that he didn't know the guy was talking to us. I said to Aiden, I definitely knew that he was talking to, like 100%. I was just trying to ignore him. I thought he was going to ask me for money. But, anyways, he eventually is doing the yo thing to such a degree there is no way that I could, like, realistically ignore him without it being obvious that I'm ignoring him. So I look up and he motions for me to come up to him. And I do the like nigga what? Like the look around thing, and he's like he motions like harder for me to come over. So me and Aiden walk up to the guy and he's like, yo, you want me to hook you up with that loud? And I was like, no thank you. And then he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And then and then he looked over at Aiden and he was like, what about you? And Aiden's like, nah. And then we just went back in line. High school me would have like immediately reported him. I would have been like, oh shit. But I didn't know how I could do that like in that particular situation because we're inside of a restaurant. So I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I didn't, because if I was to report him, it's not like the police can just apparate and they can just leave. They can just leave the cookout whenever. But back in high school, I would have waited for them to leave. I would have looked at their car, taken a picture of their license plate. I would have like reported them anonymously. That was like a big thing with like my crime fighting shit. Um, I probably should have done that. I actually was talking to Aiden about that like that night. I was like, fuck. I wish I could have like. Well, it's not like I wish I could have. I could have done that. It's like that's what I should have done, but instead I bought a shake. I should have tried to report him. Let's see, where are we at? Nani said Facebook is for old retired people. There are plenty of young people on Facebook. Sam said, yo, Jet, I have a birthday gift for you, but I can't tell you until tomorrow. And happy late birthday. Oh, thank you, Sam. Truly appreciate it. Giving you that vlog hug. Kel said, Jet, are you saying a wide variety of people use Facebook? Then Nani said, for that loud, lol. And then Nani said, lol, Jet was ready to snitch. I was. And then Sam said, hey man, you that loud? Then Nani said, snitch relish is a better name. Yo, people in high school would call me like the super snitch or whatever. And then Kel said, when you need that loud. Let's see. By the way, quick shout out to Eric Kane. Eric Kane is a guy that I went to high school with. He does a lot of rap stuff. Seems like he's actually really blowing up right now. I remember when he used to rap back in high school, and he seemed like he was pretty good. Now it seems like he's doing it, and he's like doing shows. His music's blowing up on like Spotify and shit. He's blowing up on iTunes. He's blowing up on SoundCloud. If you haven't heard of Eric Kane, I'm gonna type in his name, ErikCain. Feel free to look him up. He does a lot of cool rap stuff now. He had a kid really young, like he had a kid at like 16 in like high school. I feel like it changed like his whole life, and now I think he's like following his dreams, pursuing rap. But now it's like a grind, like he has to do it not only to support himself, but to support like his family. And I think that's really like inspired his music, and he raps about his struggle and what it's like to like have to like care for a kid while also being like a young black man, like in the South. If you're interested in anything like that, feel free to look up your boy Eric Kane, ErikCain. He could definitely use the support. It seems like he's getting big. It'd just be a good time to like check him out. Let's see. Sam said, "Jet the super snitch, doing that loud." Then Nani said, "My username used to be called Loudpack." Then Kel said, "Lol," and then Sam said, "Lol." Sorry for like the extended commercial. I just wanted to give him the shout out because I actually do like the songs that I've heard. Like Heart Gold is like really good. Let's see. Beth shared some stuff on Facebook. Huh. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Nani said, "Look out, Super Snitch is going Super Saiyan." Then Kel said, "Jet's hero name and my hero is Super Snitch." Then Nani said, "How many people have you snitched on?" When I used to do the crime fighting shit, I would report people all the time for doing crimes. High school was an interesting time because niggas in high school would just say what they did. it was a thing where like someone would just casually talk about like doing crimes, and then I'd be like, "Oh, cool," and I'd report them to the police. I also would go on patrol, and I would like try and like find like graffiti, like pick up litter. I'd try and like report any like crime that I saw. I've like reported people doing drug deals and shit. I've reported like gang related graffiti. I've reported people who have like claimed to like be in gangs and shit. Um, that was just my thing. And then Nani said, "How many is the record?" I mean, I'm not counting. That wasn't like a part of it. I wasn't like, "Yeah, I busted 85." Like it's not like a thing like that. It's just you do it. Then Nani says, "Super Snitch is a good name for my hero, and in One Punch Man." Let's see. What am I thinking about? Oh, I still haven't. I mean, I more or less have said what I did today. Like I said, met Beth's parents and grandparents and a couple of her friends, Danny and Teresa, and then Beth and I had like some alone time to just hang out. We went to Five Below and we walked around and it was fun. And we went to Target and we walked around and it was fun. And we mainly just talked and hung out, and it was just a really good time. But I really enjoyed my day today. We ended up going back to Beth's parents' place. It was pretty late. It was like at 10 p.m. or so, and then they actually welcomed me like inside, and we like watched some TV together and like talked. I was really surprised because Beth was like, "Yo, you should like come in. You should like talk with my family or whatever." And I'm like, at 10 p.m. I was like, "I know my family doesn't do stuff like that. Like if you were to come into the house and it was like really late and everybody's getting ready for bed, I think no one would want you there. They'd be like, it's just too late. We're settling in. We just don't want additional guests. You know what I mean?" But her family was very inviting. They were like, "Yo, come on in, hang out with us. It'll be fun." And I thought that was really cool, so I dug it. Let's see. Sam said, "Yo, Nani, change your name to Super Snitch. Bet." Then Kel said, "The Super Snitch be joining gangs to destroy them from the inside." Then Nani said, "That name is Jet's, not mine." Then Nerd Tinker said, "Hey Jet, what country are you in again? I forgot." Nerd Tinker, I'm in the U.S. of A. I live in Alabama. Then Nani said, Alabama or Mississippi, maybe Detroit. Then Sam Light said Alabama. Yeah, so I'm in the USA right now. I'm actually getting ready for bed. Also, Nerd Tinker, how'd your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Sam said, but his power is he can get the cops to do their job. And then Nani said, lol. It was more or less what we were trying to do is just help out the police. They can't be everywhere at once. Because keep in mind, I didn't just report crime in high school. I had like a group. We were like a city watch group. We were called the Rocket City Crime Fighters. And it was a group of people across the city. You patrol at least once a week, and you would report violent and non-violent crime. If you ever were to see violent crime going on, you would try and get people to safety. I mean, there's a ton of videos about this, excuse me, on the channel. I was even on the news doing the Rocket City Crime Fighter stuff. It's just normal. Let's see. Do 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 do. Nani said new meme. Then Nerd Tanker said, okay, thanks. No problem, Nerd Tanker. Then Sam White said, Jet, we're like 2 hours apart. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Then Nani said, yes, Nick. Then Kel said, sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue, just like everywhere else. But yeah, I probably am gonna like head to bed. I think I'm like a little thirsty. I'm probably gonna get like some juice, and then I'm gonna take my ass to bed. Nani said, I thought only white people lived there in Alabama. You'd be definitely mistaken. I went to a mainly black high school. So that's just not true. Let's see. Then Sam said, Jet, I could be there in like 2 hours. You know where I'm gonna be in 2 hours? Asleep, my boy. Kel said, I think we're 2 hours apart as well. What? Are we talking about by car or plane? It would be crazy if everybody in the live chat was like, I'm 2 hours, I'm 2 hours, it was 2 hours, we're just all 2 hours apart. Let's see. But I'm getting ready to go to bed. Uh, I got up early to go over to Beth's because Beth wanted me over at noon and I left at like 11 something and I got there at like 11:40. So I've been up since like 9 a.m. and it's now the next day at like 1:21 a.m. Also, Beth's parents made me breakfast and it was really good. They had gluten-free blueberry waffles and sausage and eggs, and it was good as fuck. I made two breakfast sandwiches. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know what to expect. The waffles were definitely a treat. That was awesome. Let's see. Kel said either Jet is secretly white or he isn't in Alabama. That's not what I expected. Nani said he is gonna sleep on the floor. I am. Beth's grandma was like, there are firm mattresses you can find, and if you can't find a mattress that's like firm enough for you, you could like get like a board, like a wood board, and put it like under a mattress to make it more firm. She was just like, whoever you end up with in the future, they probably don't want to like sleep on the floor. And I was like, I understand that. And then Beth was like, yes, whoever you end up with in the future is not gonna want to sleep on the floor. And I was like, I get it. Let's see. Kel said I meant like 2 hours, like time zone wise. Lol. He said California is definitely not 2 hours away from Alabama. Understandable. Then Sam White said, I mean, I've been there in 2 hours, but probably like 4 or 5. But I know I can get there in two, following speed limits. Then Nani said, in the future. Lol. Then Sam said, well, West Virginia is closer. Then Nani said, so you're not going to be with her in the future? We're currently trying to work on that. We talked about that a little bit. Um, because she's like in biology and she wants to work microbiology, we were discussing how like would she be able to find a job locally? Because that's like the only concern we really have right now. We seem to be getting along really well. It seems like I get along with like her family and her pets and her friends. Um, So she's really happy, and she's like thinking about like the future and stuff like that. And I think the only big concern that we currently have is if she, for whatever reason, had to leave the state for like grad school or for like a job opportunity. Because we both want to stay local, but I totally understand the idea of like you're looking for a job and you just can't find one in the area. So that's what we're talking about. Let's see. Then Kel said Sam White finna break into Jet's house. Then Nani said, "That's true, Nick. What the fuck? Imagine that." He said, "You and your wife sleeping on the floor, then you both eating once a day." I couldn't imagine that. I think it's very unlikely that I would meet anyone and they're like, "What? You sleep on the floor and eat once a day? Me too." Shit, you want to snitch on some niggas at cookout? Like it's very unlikely that that would happen. I'd be surprised for sure. That's a twist ending. Let's see. I got an invitation to like somebody's Facebook page. And it's a Facebook page of someone I went to high school with. Excuse me. Doo 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 doo. Then Kel said, "Jet finna meet a fellow super snitcher." So I got invited to like a page. Uh, it looks like one of my. It's a stretch to say friends. Um, someone I knew from high school, who it's not like an enemy. Oh, what? Nigga, I froze. I straight. I didn't notice that the stream had froze up until like a moment ago. My apologies on that. So I got an invite from Alex, Alexandria Knox or whatever. I went to high school with her. Uh, she's not a bad person or anything. It's just someone who like I never really hung out with them like outside of school. And if I ran into them, I'd be like friendly. I'd be like, "Hey, how have you been? It's been a minute." But it's not anyone that I was like super close to. Um, and they want me to like their Facebook page. Seems like they're gonna do a vlog talking about like their workout and how they've like been improving themselves and everything. And they have pictures of like how she's like lost body fat over time and like working out and shit like that. I mean, I don't really know her that well. Like, best of luck with like your thing. I'm sure that she'll do great with like her vlog and everything. Looks like it's gonna be called the Golden Honesty. Looks like she's gonna do like similar vlog streams, but she's gonna talk about like her workout routine and how she's been like trying to keep herself motivated. That seems cool. At the very least, I'll give her a plug where I'll like talk about it on the stream, but I'm probably not gonna like the page. But I'll tell you guys about it. Hey, if you guys want to see like another person trying to do like a streaming vlog thing, but from like a different perspective, feel free to check out the Golden Honesty on Facebook. The Golden Honesty page is owned by Alexandria Knox. She's trying to work on doing a stream or like a vlog kind of thing where she talks about like her workout and how she like keeps herself motivated. It seems like it's gonna be a more motivational, inspirational vlog thing or whatever. So feel free to check it out. Let's see. Kels retracted a message. Then Nani said, "When will you stream again?" Then Nani said, "Well, I see a vlog daily tomorrow or a vlog delay tomorrow." So don't worry. I am going to do a vlog tomorrow night at midnight. That is the goal. I'm gonna try and be like back here, maybe around like 10 p.m. or so, to make sure that I don't miss it for whatever reason. Let's see. Nani said Facebook. Get him out of here. He just didn't vibe with it. I'll send you guys a link to her Facebook page thing just to give her a quick plug. It's the least I can do since I'm not gonna like the page. Then Kevin said, "Jet, I have an idea. I want to hear. Not sure if villain, hero, or anti-hero." Okay, hit me up with the idea. I'm ready. But this will probably be the last thing before I like end the stream. I'm very thirsty. I need some juice. I definitely want some juice, like at this current point in time. And then Nani said, so you're gonna leave a dislike? Nope. Also, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some juice. Also, this lighting looks oddly professional, even though it's more or less a lack of lights, which is crazy. I'll be right back. Sorry about the wait. I'm back. I got some ruby red grapefruit juice. Let's see. Kel said, Jet, I'm thinking about changing my D&D character from a spellcaster to something else. Because all the spell slot stuff is really complicated. Yo, Kels, I got a solution for you for the spell slot shit. Because I hate spell slots too. So here's something that you can do. Thing number one, you can play a warlock. Warlocks in D&D, they also have spell slots, but they focus more on cantrips. Cantrips are spells that don't use spell slots in D&D. If you play a warlock and you focus on cantrips, you'll be able to have plenty of cantrips, I assure you. Those niggas get a ton. Just focus on cantrips as a warlock, and you never have to think about spell slots. That's the first thing. Thing number two, I think there's a way to convert spell slots into like points instead. So there's this thing called like sorcery points in D&D. And I think there's like a variant rule set where you can treat your spell slots as points, and then it's easier to understand how the spell slots work because different spells will cost you like amounts of points and shit. It's worth Googling. I've never done that before, but I've heard about it and I was like, I think I might like that more than fucking spell slots, like having points. But just look into that. The thing I'm referring to is not sorcery's points specifically, but it's something similar to that. Let's see. And then Nani said it does look professional. Oh, thank you, Nani. Then Kel said, obviously your solution is to just not play D&D. True, you could just make up your own game where you don't have dumbass spell slots like D&D because spell slots are pretty ass. Kel said, professional? It looks like you got kidnapped for ransom. I feel like if I got kidnapped for ransom and they gave me lighting like this, I'd be like, damn, who kidnapped me? Mm. This shit looking pretty good. Kevin said the idea is something that has to do with boomerangs as weapons that has powers, and you can connect said boomerangs into a staff. The powers, I'm not 100% sure. Can it be like anything I want? Like for the power? Then Sasuke said, hey Nick, yo Sasuke, welcome to the stream, it's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Then Kevin said, but I'm thinking putting someone to sleep, confusion, mind control, so they can attack someone else in melee combat if need be. Mind control is always good. If I had to pick between those, like between sleep, confusion, or mind control, mind control. I'd like to have a boomerang staff where I could like fling the boomerang off the staff and it mind controls everyone it flies by and then it comes back to the staff. That'd be pretty ballin'. Nani said, drink if you got kidnapped. I didn't get kidnapped. I'm still going to drink because I'm thirsty. grapefruit juice. Got that grapefruit juice. Sasuke said, my day is going better. Friday was bad for me. I'm sorry to hear that Friday was bad. Why was Friday a bad day for you, Sasuke? After that, I gotta go to bed. Like, after I figure out, like, why your day was bad, I mean, I have to dip. But how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you like to talk about on stream? I'd like to know why your day was bad Friday, if you're free to share that. I understand if it's, like, too personal. The only reason why I'm trying to go to bed is because it's like 1:34 a.m. Kel said he didn't take a sip, so he is kidnapped, but he doesn't want the kidnapper to know. Then Sasuke said, well, my dad had a heart attack. He's doing better. He's in the hospital right now. I'm sorry to hear that, Sasuke. I hope that your dad feels better soon, and that he has a quick recovery, and he's out of the hospital, and that he doesn't have any more, like, complications with his heart. Please keep me up to date on that, if that's okay. I definitely want to make sure that your dad's doing okay, and I'd like to know like how he's recovering. I hope that everything works out and that your dad will soon be fine. But I'm sorry to hear that. Nani said Five Guys, burgers and fries. Then Kevin said, "Great idea, Jet. Is it okay if I use your idea?" That's totally fine. Hit it up. That sounds really cool. Then Sasuke said he should be home Monday. Okay. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that like it seems like he's on like a good road of recovery and that he should be back home Monday. I hope the best. I hope that everything just works out. Then Kevin said, "Hope your dad gets better." Then Nani said, "Ghostface is coming to Dead by Daylight." The rapper? I don't listen to Ghostface. Is Dead by Daylight like a music thing? I don't know what that is. Then Nani said, "No." He said, "The killer." You mean from Scream? What is Dead by Daylight? Like a video game? When you just don't know anything that like Nani said, I legitimately just asked you what every component of that sentence was. Woo. But anyways, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I do think it's a little too late for me. Nani said it's like a game where you can be the killer and the survivor. Oh, oh, it's like the Friday the 13th game, but now you can play a Scream, I guess. Sasuke said, "I'm gonna hit the hay." It's 2:36 a.m. and I just got done watching Toonami. It's 1:36 a.m. for me. I'm gonna hit the hay. Most deaf. Kel said, "Jet be like, Nani, define it." Just the word it. Then Nani said, "Yeah, like that one." Okay. Dead by Daylight sounds interesting. Nani said Friday the 12th, and then he was like 13th. Yeah, okay, that sounds cool. They need to put Chucky in that game. I play the fuck out of a survival horror game. Excuse me, where you can either play as Chucky or like as a survivor trying to avoid Chucky. That shit seems really dope. I'm glad that that's like a genre of game now. And then Nani said, Three Freddy the Out from Saw. And then he said some other ones. So I guess you're saying Freddy is in it and the puppet from Saw, I'm guessing? But anyways, I'm gonna log out. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one only. Logging out. Peace. I'll catch you guys later. I think the thing from Saw you're referring to, Nani, is Jigsaw. Then Sam said, "Wait, what was that D&D thing? Wait, what D&D thing, Sam? What are you asking about? Are you talking about? Oh, I know what you mean. The Power Ranger one, the Power Ranger D&D thing. Well, it's a tabletop RPG. Not all tabletop RPGs are D&D. I'll send you a link, Sam. Give me one moment. Ooh, I clicked the wrong link. Give me one moment. There we go. Now I'm clicking the right link. Here you go. Okay, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding. Ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Thank you guys for tuning in, and peace.